League of Legends is the most popular video game in the world. Every month, around 80 million people play this game at least once. That's 10.7% of the human population that plays this game at least once a month. And this ain't some new fad. This game has been out since 2009 in pretty much the same format using the same map. So how do we account for the fact that the game has pretty much just increased in popularity over the years? Well, has the game gotten better, you ask? Not realizing that that quandary is one of the most controversial, bloodletting questions known to man, alongside religion, abortion, Ava waifus, and how we should orient our toilet paper. And thus, I am not going to touch it with a 20-foot lamppost. What I will say is that over the last decade, its maker, Riot Games, has gotten infinitely better at marketing their game. And I think it's fair to say this improvement in marketing is responsible for a lot of its success. Riot needs people to be attracted to their game. They need a constant source of new players, because most people suck at League of Legends. Most people are like my concrete 7 ass. Most people will get in and experience one of the most brain-dead, hate-fueled experiences that gaming has to offer their first few times, and it will be awful. So they need to attract a fresh, constant new supply of idiots to shove into the meat mill just so a few sadistic, crazy people can be thrown against the ranked ladder. And I have nothing but respect for those guys. My point is, their marketing needs to be on point. They need the game to look appealing. So what is the most appealing part of League of Legends? What do people connect with? Well, they connect with the champions. It's almost as if people are attracted to people, especially fictional ones that can't let them down. From launch to now, the playable characters have always been the most engaging part of the game, and Riot knows this, hiring story writers and graphic designers and voice actors on top of game designers to bring these characters to life. Garen is a massive bro, screaming "Demacia!" as he charges into battle. Zed is a cool as hell shadow assassin. Anivia is a terrifying iceberg, and Miss Fortune's tits are bigger than my sense of self-hatred and looming doubt that this will ever become a sustainable career path combined. Kled is a drunken, crazy, redneck hamster wearing a pirate hat and riding into battle on an autistic lizard as he screams at people and cracks jokes about eating tacos. This game is awesome. Once again, it is people that connect to people, almost as if we're wired that way. And Riot knows this. They need you to be immediately attracted to their champions. I don't mean attracted as in they have created one of the largest collections of waifus known to man. I mean that there needs to be an element about each champion, a quality that makes you drawn to them, that makes you want to play them. Now, when you first click on a champion, either on their website or in the game client, you are going to be greeted with this massive splash art, this wallpaper-worthy picture depicting the champion in all of their glory. This is Riot's first and probably only chance to sell you on playing the champion. And I think that over the years, these splash arts have gotten way better at conveying the appeal of each champion and why you should play them. And yes, I am getting to the point of this video 600 words into the script. Let's take Annie, a champion that many people will play soon after picking up the game. Annie is a very fun character to play, trust me, I know. She's a burst mage, dealing out massive damage on a click of a button. The whole fun of Annie is rolling up on someone, dropping a giant flaming bear on their ass, and blowing up their entire team in an explosion of fire and death. It's so fun to play as this little girl, skipping around, giggling to herself, and singing nursery rhymes while no one wants to come near you because they know if they do, they will be mauled, burned, stunned, and blown up. Not necessarily in that order. So let's look at Annie's old splash art. And I first want to say that this is a great drawing. Annie looks pretty great here. Hand on her hip, fireball in hand, with a massive bear standing behind her in a dark cavern surrounded by toys. She's small, dangerous, and got fire magic. I get that. But this image doesn't really convey what it's like to play Annie. It doesn't evoke the emotions generally associated with this champion. Now this is Annie. Note how she's running towards the viewer, fireball in hand, with an expression ready to melt your face off. This image has movement, it has dynamism, it conveys strength and power and fear. This little girl is going to hunt you down and blow you up. I don't want to disparage any artists. I don't think that the original splash arts were bad paintings by any means, but when you look at all of them, most of them are just pictures of the character just kind of standing there. Take Trundle, for example. I really like this painting. It's a cool, inventive picture of a wacky character, but ultimately it just shows a weird troll guy standing there looking mischievous. Now look at the newer version of Trundle, charging into battle with an ice pillar as his weapon, hard eyes and wicked fangs, his hair a shock of color amongst the snow-torn landscape. Note the massive bicep and accompanying shredded muscles. Or take old Scion, he's a corny, dumpy-looking skeleton guy, I guess? No. This is Scion, a brutal mass of red and steel whose massive muscular bulk towers over the audience. Old Urgot, for years, I remember people made fun of Urgot for just looking like, well, look at him. And, they did update the splash art. It was pretty good. He's got that toxic cannon, reaching out for the audience. It was an improvement, but new Urgot is an unholy monstrosity of toxic organic matter flowing into flesh-shredding machinery, and once again, note the massive bicep. Now these are cases where they gave the champion a big old visual update, but Riot will sometimes just go ahead and update the splash art without needing that excuse. Take Heimerdinger. Oh, look at this guy. He's a cute furry dude standing there. Nah, this is Heimerdinger. His face, a mass of color and fur radiating out from the dangerous and unstable inventions he holds in his hands. Look at Kale, still an angelic knight in gleaming armor, but now she bears down in the viewer, encased in a bubble of holy energy that she holds in her hands. Look at Malphite. He's just a big, dumb rock thing that's just standing there. No. This is Malphite, a terrifying spiky mass of rocks that is charging straight at your face, which is exactly what Malphite does. Or Garen, who again went from just standing there from swinging his sword in a powerful arc as he charges into battle, which is the most Garen thing imaginable. I could keep going for a while, because in so many of these designs, we see a shift from a cool character standing there to a powerful warrior who is charging into the heat of the action. These are not just good character designs anymore. They are insanely powerful warriors that do things. They don't just look tough, they are tough, with these dynamic splash arts depicting them in the heat of the action. They howl, they scream, they swing massive swords or hold unstable dark energy as particle effects explode behind them, the colorful aftermath of their devastating might. These designs want to make you feel strong, important, a history maker, a force to be reckoned with. And even though League is actually a very slow starting game that rewards patience, planning, preparation, game knowledge, and well-timed execution over just blind button mashing, that is a whole less easy to market than let's just get in there and blow stuff up. One other thing you probably notice about those splash arts is that they get the face way closer to the metaphorical camera, so they take up a larger percentage of the screen. This is a subtle psychological trick that has dominated most of the internet at this point. See, human beings are psychologically wired to be highly responsive to human faces, especially highly expressive ones. Thus, expressive human faces or drawings of expressive human faces tend to get a lot of attention, thus clicks. And that's why they make up a massive percentage of all successful YouTube thumbnails, including my own. Once again, also notice that these paintings usually depict the champion being in motion or doing something. And if they're not, they're usually trying to sell you on the power or intimidation factor. Basically, these characters are either movers and shakers, or they're people you really don't want to mess with. Take old Galio. It's a cool design, but it really doesn't convey much. In fact, it kind of looks like a misanthrope. Now this Galio, this gets a message across. This is a weird gargoyle guy, and this is a massive statue of marble and gold that you do not want to mess with. And to clarify, I'm not saying that any of these updates are better. Some of them are, but I'm just trying to point out what Riot is going for. And that's all I really have. I could do more examples, but I think I've gotten my point across, though there is one more thing I could touch on while I'm here, and I do like to touch things. Now, when I was younger and first getting into League of Legends, I couldn't help but notice that a lot of the female champions were drawn with this sort of, priority that has shifted over the years. And while I don't think Riot is going to win any awards for the way they portray women, I think these splash arts have gotten the same treatment in being a lot more personable and powerful than the old ones. Like, Evelynn is still a sexy succubus, but she used to just be a purple lady in a spiky stripper outfit, and now she's a seductive predator wielding dark power. And the word power really has to be emphasized, because a lot of these designs are the exact same. The drawing has just shifted to note the power and the impact these women can have. Take Ari, the gateway drug of furries, who has been shifted from her original spine-dislocating splash art to one that plays up her more powerful trickster side a bit. These women aren't any less sexy, they just do more things now. Let's wrap this up by discussing the evolution of Akali. Akali's original splash art was this, just a cool green ninja lady standing in a tree. Then it got changed to this, still a green ninja lady in a tree, but now she's leaping from branch to branch, slicing off somebody's throat, much more dynamic. And a few months ago, Akali got reworked, and we were treated to this. Look at this explosion of power. The over-the-shoulder shot composition imbues the figure with strength as the dragon tattoo tears across her back. Hair, smoke, and blades radiate from this dangerous body as if emanating its power as a single red eye stares at us from behind a shadowy mask. In a single design, Riot has been able to imbue an amazing amount of power and danger into this character while still hinting at her speedy and disengage heavy playstyle, showing off plenty of skin while avoiding sexualization, instead turning her body into an unassailable fortress of power. This is someone I want looking after my back, not hunting it. I'll end it there. I really like this kind of visual analysis. So many times we look at an image without trying to break down how it's manipulating us, what it's trying to convey. And if we don't do that, aren't we kind of devaluing the work of the person who made it? Anyway, this also gave me a chance to turn my cursed love of this stupid game into something, and maybe this video will be popular, I don't know. It's not like I want this channel to go somewhere. Or not. Oh, thank you for 100 subscribers, by the way. I love every single one of you. You can subscribe to make my day. Follow me on Twitter so I have more people to scream at. And share this video around so you can be my favorite person. Look forward to the next video. And, comments. Comment on what is your favorite League of Legends splash art. And tell me why. Best comment is going to get this weird stick metal pole thing that I found on the side of the road. I think it fell off of a boat, but I kind of really like it. Alright, I'm gonna get on the next video. Until then, y'all be good.